Hi guys, this is Neuser with another episode of Equipped, the series where I share my preferred loadouts and playstyles for different operators. Hopefully you can find something that you can use to improve your game in Rainbow Six Siege. Today we are going to take a closer look at Blackbeard, the Navy SEAL attacker from the Dustline DLC. This is a guy that there were a lot of speculations around before the release of the DLC, as a screen grab from an early trailer showed him and some sort of strange rifle shield quite clear. When he arrived, it turned out his special gadget in fact was a rifle shield, a transparent one that he can attach and detach in game. This sounded extremely overpowered because of how important headshots is in Rainbow Six, so I was quite surprised when I first tried him out and performed horrifically. As usual, not the operator's fault, but my own. So, after giving Blackbeard some thought and watching other players and YouTubers, of course, he's now an operator I can put to good use. We will start looking at the loadout as usual. Blackbeard can choose between two primary weapons, one assault rifle and one DMR. The MK7 assault rifle, or the Scar H as it's actually called in real life, is the gun I use when I want to be a bit more aggressive. I equip it with the holographic sight, as I personally think that that's the most versatile sight for close to long range. I use a silencer for two reasons. The obvious is to hide my position when firing, of course, but I also find the downside of the suppressor isn't as big for Blackbeard, and I will soon show you why. The SR25 is a DMR that deals really good damage and a gun I like more and more for every time I'm playing. This is the gun I used when I tried Blackbeard for the first time, and I hated it because it felt like it had a spread that was sort of off the charts, and for that reason it was really hard to use for follow-up shots. I will soon show you what the problem really is all about. I equip an ACOG, as I do with all DMRs, and a flash hider to lower the first shot recoil. The Deagle for a secondary is the only choice, and it's a powerhouse, but you need to compensate for the heavy vertical recoil. Breaching charge or flash is depending on situation, of course, but the flash is always good to have, I think, anyway. Here you will see me using the suppressor on the MK7, and look what happens when I attach the rifle shield. You will see here that I need to reload the gun first, but you will see here that it takes much longer for the gun to reset to its original position, and the recoil gets quite unpredictable as well. Here the benefits of using a flash hider is close to none in my opinion, so therefore I always use the suppressor on the MK17. Here we have the SR25, and look how easy this gun is to use with the flash hider. I'm not compensating at all here, just waiting for the gun to reset to its original position before taking another accurate shot. With the rifle shield on though, you really have to be patient. That was what I struggled with the first time I tried out Blackbeard. If you take follow-up shots too early without compensating for the recoil, this gun will really kick a lot, and it will be quite hard to hit your target. You see what happens here. And as an unpredictable recoil is hard to compensate, it's quite tough. I think you're better off to be patient and to only have the rifle shield on when it can actually do some good, like here. The shield can give you a false sense of security, but when used correctly, keeping the uncovered parts of your body behind cover, you're next to invincible if you go head to head with an enemy with a rifle. A C4 or a flank is really all you have to worry about. Another way of using a similar approach is to go prone. If you're at a good distance from your target, they will have an extremely hard time hitting something other than the shield, and it will take a good deal of damage. Here we see the SR25 in action, and this gun is so fun to use. When you're able to keep some distance to the enemy, it's a beast, and it's so rewarding to get those headshots with this one. But as you will see here, as soon as you're not in cover, it's quite easy to down Blackbeard, especially when aiming for the body instead of the head. So, to sum this up, what works for me, as for all operators, is to play Blackbeard's strengths and be aware of his weaknesses. Stay in cover and peek windows from above or below, crouch behind cover, or lie down prone outside an objective room, or to cover your team's back in a hallway or whatever. My recommendation though is not to get too comfortable when repelling, for example, as a bit more experienced enemies will focus on flanking you instead of peeking you, especially when you're Blackbeard. I also try to use the shield only when it's beneficial, as my accuracy and rate of fire will suffer with the shield on. And because when attached, I think it gives you a false sense of security. So in short, shield on, stay in cover. When not in cover, shield off. So that's about it for today, guys. What are your thoughts on Blackbeard? Do you have any tips, tricks or tactics up your sleeve that I could learn from, perhaps? Please leave me a comment below, and I would really appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up if you liked this video and find it helpful. Hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with my future content. On Sunday I will upload the next quick tip, and until then, I will keep being Neuser. Hej då!